To CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
We just came.
I think we better go unpack, don't you think?
Unpack. Yeah, I'll come down in a minute.
Don't be too long, darling.
Hello. I don't know. Hello is such a little word for such a big feeling. I want to say hello to you with all the letters in the alphabet. That would be a hello. Anyway, hello. How are you? Oh, have I stories for you from Pinker's Pines? What do you mean? You sit on a rocking chair on a porch for 6 weeks, so you hear plenty and you talk plenty, and everybody knows you and you know everybody. And how long does it take to call everybody by their first name? You know, that's why I didn't hesitate. When I saw the women in the children's dining room getting a little nervous. Got nervous because the children didn't eat. And in the mountains, you know, even if you don't eat, so you have to pay. And the elderly folks also a little irritable because the mattresses are not so soft like they are home. Or the young people, very restless. What do you mean why they're not restless? Because 2 little weeks and they want to do everything, so they're restless. So that's why I didn't hesitate, the same as I tell you about Sanka. So I told them about Sanka coffee, that it's good for restlessness and it's good for irritability. And that's why I told them that. And after all, those that didn't know, I told them that 97% of the caffeine is removed and you can drink as much as you want and as often as you want because the sleep is left in. And it comes in regular, comes in instants. And you know what? Mr. Pink has thanked me very, very much in recommending Sanka, and he told me, you know what? Confidentially, he said, you know, Mrs. Goldberg, I don't get so many complaints since my customers is drinking Sanka. Everybody likes the service. Nobody complains about the cooking. Nobody says the mattresses is not soft. And he said, you know what else? I really think that the Sanka coffee gets into the disposition. And he says, even if it costs a penny this way or a penny that way, it's non-consequential.
Will you do me a favor?
What's my...
Will you ask Mrs. Goldberg to change that dress? I can't look at her in the same dress. After all, I'm a dress manufacturer.
All right, I will. I don't know, but dresses, I'm the same as with friends.
You promise me, darling?
I will. Will you excuse me a minute? I have to say toodaloo to my neighbors. 1 second, I'll see you again.
Hello. I saw you getting out of the cab from my window. I got up this morning with such a feeling. I said to myself, I think the Goldbergs are coming home.
So how are you? Oh, my, how do I look?
Wonderful. Did you lose?
I think so now. Huh? What do you think?
You look wonderful. What do you care?
So how was your vacation? Oh, don't ask. Don't ask. We had a time, all right, that the cuisine was uncomparable and that nature surrounded us. But the people, I tell you, everybody was a somebody. And there was Mrs. Holtzman, a darling, and Sophie Luckman, adorable, all millionaires. And you should see how we called each other by the first name. Bella, Sophie, and Molly. And we were just like the 3 musketeers. Exactly, so friendly. And Mrs. Luckman, she was telling me about her son. She's got a boy, she told me, a legal luminous light. And she would like him to meet a nice girl, and even if she didn't have a stitch, she wouldn't object.
So what's the matter with my youngest sister's middle daughter?
Leave it to me. Leave it to me. And the Holtzmans, the biggest real estate people. If you know somebody that needs an apartment...
My sister's engaged 3 years. She can't get married, looking for an apartment.
Tell her to get married. She's got an apartment.
I'm going to call her this minute.
Well, Molly, the stories will wait. Make it a period. Everybody's hungry.
All right, darling. I'm just waiting for Sammy to come up from the grocery store, and I have to say hello to my dear ones. I didn't see them for such a lengthy time. Excuse me, my darling.
Get the address from the real estate man.
It's in the lawyer, darling. Don't forget.
Telephone. Does nobody could take the telephone or his mama, dear? Hello? Oh, hello, Tante. How are you, Tante Elsie? So how did you know he was home already? Yeah? Oh, we're marvelous. We absolutely marvelous. It's not even a vacation. It goes in the bones. Listen, darling, everybody's so ironed out you wouldn't know us. Look, I don't want Jake to hear. I don't want Jake to hear, but Jake is going to expand himself. We met a Mr. Alex Reitman by Pinker's Pines. Yeah, he's the biggest pajama man. And he wants to go from pajamas to dresses. Yeah, of all the dress people that he met, and don't forget every second rocking chair was a dress manufacturer. One conversation with Jake. I'm telling you, it was fate took us to Pinker's Pines. He's taking Jake without a penny investment, just as Jake stands. But you see, because the pajamas are not what they used to be, Tante. No. Yeah. Oh, Rosalie, wonderful. Mr. Pinkers gave Rosalie a puppy dog. And in honor of Mr. Pinkers, we're going to call him Pinky. Yeah, he's a dog with a degree. Yeah, wonderful.
Uncle David took him for a walk.
But hold a minute. Rosalie's saying a syllable. What now?
Uncle David took him for a walk.
Uncle David took him for a walk. I'm telling you, they're so detached to each other already. Yeah. All right, darling. If it's inconvenient, come. No, if I live, I'll come next week. If not, I'll come next month. All right, darling. Bye.
Molly, you have the house straightened up by Thursday night? Don't forget, I invited Alex Reitman for supper Thursday night.
The way the house looks, Jake, dear, I hope I should be able to clean it up in a week.
I did the best I could, though.
Well, I'm not
If
saying...
you didn't insist I should come every weekend, then I could have stayed home
All
and cleaned.
right, dear, I'm not saying it. Did I say a word?
Yes.
Oh, look at the dishes. A sink full of dishes.
Dishes.
Oh, my. Rosalie, dear, please, if you're standing null and void, don't continue. Take together all the laundry, at least, and we'll send it to the laundry.
Take off your hat, Molly. You're staying for a while,
In
no?
a minute.
No?
Oh, my gracious. It should be only hot water now.
Molly. Molly.
Yeah.
If I ask you something, you wouldn't think I'm a show-off?
Why should I think you're a show-off? What's the matter? I know you're not. What's the matter? We just met. We're not well acquainted.
Molly, there's
Yeah.
only one person I would like to show off to.
Yeah, who?
Guess.
My cousin Simon.
See how you know.
So?
Molly.
Yeah.
For that reason, I want you to invite Cousin Simon when Alex Reitman comes.
Yeah.
I want him to see what a man of Alex Reitman's stature thinks of Jacob Goldberg.
For no other reason. It's very nice to have Alex Reitman to come anyway, to see that we're just not, just
Being
not
related to
nobody.
Cousin Simon, that isn't such a much
It's all right. Simon is a very big man in the industry. Who?
Me, Ma.
Oh, Sammy. How did your grocery man think you look?
Didn't say.
No, he didn't say you were sunburned.
No.
No. Did he ask for me?
He said, how's your mother?
He did, that's all.
Gee, Ma, you'd think you'd been away for a year.
So, Molly, you're going to give me something or not?
Take a roll in the meantime, yes, please.
So what are you taking?
I'll take a roll a little later.
Yeah.
Ma, aren't you going to take off your hat?
In a minute.
Sammy!
Help
Sammy,
her,
help
Rosalie.
me!
Help her, Rosalie.
What is it, Rosie?
Oh, there's so many sheets. There's so many sheets, Mom.
Oh, my, it seems to me like all the sheets was occupied. Imagine that, huh? David?
Come.
Hello.
You know he loves me. He loves me.
Salmon is still pinky in a saucer.
There's no use talking. A blue blood is a blue blood.
Oh,
There is a difference even in a dog. As young as he is, he has already aristocratic manners.
So still him in a saucer, yes? Who you calling?
You said I should, so I am.
Who? Cousin Simon.
Oh, Simon, you're calling.
I want him to meet Alex Reitman. Hello? Mr. Simon, please. Yeah. Tell him it's his cousin, Mr. Jacob Goldberg. Yeah. Oh. He stepped out? Thank you. Goodbye. Every time I'm calling that man, he's stepping out
All
someplace.
right, so he'll call you back.
Yeah. About Simon, you're worried. Mr. Reitman is a bigger millionaire than Simon.
Yeah, what's the matter with the Lockman?
And in the Holtz.
And the Smilksteins?
And in the finger hoods.
Rosalie, darling.
Yeah?
Come hither. Here, darling, this is for Mrs. Bloom. The biggest bag. Yeah, that's for Mrs. Bloom. Till I'll see her momentarily, yeah? And this is for Mrs. Dutton.
Okay.
And this is for, who's the lady that lives on top of me?
Van Ness?
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Van Ness.
Okay.
And this one is for the janitor's wife. Tell them a little momentum from your mother with compliments.
So how many did you make?
Pardon me, for all my dear ones, for all my neighbors, a souvenir.
Molly, I hope one thing.
Yeah.
One thing I hope.
Yes,
That now you are going to mix and mingle in a different circular environment.
Yeah.
Don't forget, once I am Alex Reichman's partner, even though he is silent, I'm not just Jacob Goldberg.
Sure.
This is an opportunity that is knocking and will never knock again.
Right.
And that's what I mean.
All right, Jake, dear, please hold yourself in. The vacation's not over yet. Yeah?
Hello, did you get the address from the real estate people?
I did.
I called my sister and I told her what you said about the apartment.
Yes.
She's going to take a marriage license.
Mention my name.
Why, Mrs. Goldberg, darling, when you get settled, will you please call that legal luminous light?
No, sure.
Oh, if my sister's child would ever marry a professional man, she would be satisfied to close her eyes tomorrow. You hear? She needs a gallbladder operation.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? She postpones it. You know why?
Why?
She's afraid maybe she'll die and leave an orphan.
Oh, mine. I'll
Yeah.
tend to it immediately.
And make a blind date,
I
darling.
will. And don't move away from the window.
No, all right, I'm
Don't
staying.
move away from the window. Here, darling. Here's a silver
Oh,
mirror.
is this
for
beautiful?
you.
Thank you very
Here's
much.
a momentum for you.
Oh, that's so thoughtful.
Just what I needed. Excuse me, mine, tell us. Thanks.
No, I'll take it. I got it. Hello? Yes, Simon. Yes, I did call. Yeah. Simon, I'm going to have a very distinguished guest next Thursday. Yeah. Someone we met in the Catskills. Yeah, it was very much taken up with us. Oh, yeah, yeah. Simon, I want you to join us for supper Thursday night.
Why not dinner?
Simon, dinner.
Tell him we are serving dinner at 8 promptly.
Simon, supper at 8.
From the most abundant plantations of the coffee countries. From the choicest of the coffee trees there. A whole new blend of the world's finest coffees. The new Sanka coffee. Make some sometime soon. Make it any strength you like. The point is, the richness straight from those coffee plantations always cuts through, reaches back, and discovers taste buds you possibly never even knew you had. Fix it any way you like your coffee to be fixed. You just can't cover up this pure coffee goodness. Have another cup. Remarkably, this new Sanka coffee is still 97% caffeine-free. You'll find the new Sanka coffee at your store in this big new 8-ounce size and this nice-to-hold new jar. Hold it soon.
You who know me? Yes? Did your mother come home yet? No, she went to Bensonhurst with my aunt to see the real estate man your mother told her about. To get an apartment so my aunt can get married. How's your dog feeling?
I don't know. His nose is dry and he won't eat.
My baby sister gets that way sometimes. Only her nose gets wet.
Well, I wouldn't mind so much if he was just an ordinary dog. He's sensitive because of his breed. He's a thoroughbred.
I don't know if my sister's a thoroughbred. Babies get sick even if they're just ordinary.
Rosie, will you put the dog down and help Mama? And come away from the window. Look, Mr. Reitman will be here any minute, and Mama isn't even dressed. And Papa is in a mood already.
Molly, none of my regular shirts came back from the laundry yet?
Everything came back if you will see you.
Uncle David, what shall I do with Pinky?
If Pinky would be a human being, I would tell you to take him to my solid doctor.
We'll take him down to the superintendent. He knows all about dogs.
Gonna zip me down. All right, take him, Uncle David, will you?
Yeah.
I have to take Pinky down to the superintendent. Oh, you don't feel better?
The change of the climate, so he caught a cold. A very sensible dog.
Sensitive, Uncle All right, stop with the grammar this moment. Take the dog. Give a go and come, darling. Mrs. Kramer didn't come yet?
No, Ma.
No. And don't forget, tell the superintendent that Pinky is a dog with a degree. Zip
so
me,
I'll
yeah?
zip you, yeah.
Zip me, dearie.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Sammy?
I have a date, Ma.
Well, I don't think Papa will like that.
What Papa won't like?
Nothing, Jay.
Where are you going, Sammy?
I'm going out, Pa. Why?
Why? Ask me why. You know who's coming tonight. You know whom I'm expecting.
Mr. Reitman's coming to see you, Pa. Why do I have to stay?
Molly, I always told you what you are sowing, you would certainly reap.
What am I doing?
Don't jake me. You know how important this is for me. You know this probably will be the turning point of my life, and you're not interested?
But I am, Pa.
Without the buts. Take off your hat.
Oh, gee.
Without the G's. Here, fix my tie. This is the first time that Alex will see me in my natural environment. The good impression we made at Pinkus Pines, it can very easily be destroyed. Very easily. Now, don't forget that.
Just because I won't be
just
here.
because that. I want Alex to see me as a unit. A natural, peaceable family unit.
That's why I'm staying, because I'm in the unit too, no, Jake?
Yeah, you also. You also.
Oh, again, I'm a no-so.
Change your face, Sandy. Here, fix. Now, for whom am I doing this, huh? For me, or is it for you and your future? Listen, Mark. Now listen. If that's Simon, let me talk. And if that's Alex, let him talk.
Do I ever talk? I'm a talker.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hey, come into my humble abode. Come in. It's a pleasure, Alex. A pleasure.
It's mutual, Jake.
Let me take your hand.
Thank you, Mr. Reitman.
Hello.
Uncle David.
Hello, Uncle David.
Right over there, Mr. Reitman. Sit right down over there.
Well, do you feel a little cramped here after the wide open spaces in the mountains, eh?
Be it ever so humble, it's home.
East, west, home is best.
Sit down right over here.
Yeah, thank you.
Make yourself home,
Yeah?
Louis.
I'll sit here.
Alex, I'll get the raw dopes, and as soon as my guest comes, we'll sit on the table.
No hurry.
Jake, darling, is it all right if Samuel goes on his appointment?
By all means, go, son. Sammy, Mama dear, she gave you your allowance?
I have enough, thanks, Quiet.
That boy is my life.
A fine boy.
A cigar, Alex?
Thanks. Try one of mine.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, how does your partner Mendel contemplate your partnership with me?
Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't have much time to talk it over with him. In the first place, I wanted to hear further from you.
I see. Well, what, in your opinion, is the outlook and trend in the garment world for the coming season?
Well, Alex, there are two schools of thought.
Well, there are always two schools of thought. And your own opinion is the third school.
That's right.
Now, what is your opinion, Jake?
Well, like I said, up in the Pinkus Pines,
Yeah?
when we hear from the Paris cable...
Try my liver. Excuse me now. Try my liver. Maybe it's not as good as Pinkus's.
Thank you.
Scarapparelli?
Mr. Reitman,
Bush.
excuse me. I mean, Alex, take a look at these snips. You know, look, you came out the best.
Not bad, not bad.
That's the picture where you have your arms around you. Take another roll, Doug. As soon as my cousin Simon comes, we'll sit on the table.
Molly's cousin Simon's quite a power in the dress industry. That's why I invited him.
Mr. Simon, did you say?
You know him?
Which Simon is that?
Oh, the biggest.
J.B. Simon and Son.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him. I wonder if I can use your phone.
Needless question, Alex. Right over here. Could I get the number for you?
No, don't bother, Jake.
If it's private, we could adjourn to another room.
No, not at all, not at all. Hello, this is Alex Reitman. Yes? Yes? Yes. Uh-huh. Well, if it's so imperative, why, I'm in the Bronx. I can hop into a cab. Very well. Jake, will you forgive me? Something of an unexpected nature just turned up.
Yeah, but Alex...
How about lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, but Alex,
Just gather all the information you can.
Yeah, but I invited Cousin Simon.
Some other time, I assure you.
Yeah.
Now, oh, by the way, have you any cash? I'll give you a check. I don't think I have enough cash with me.
Well, I think I have $10.
What's $10?
Maybe I have something. Let me see.
How much do you need?
50, 60, as much as you have.
Oh, 60.
Oh, well, I got $24.
Oh, that's fine.
Then 38.
That's all
And then
right.
his 10.
I'll make out a check.
Oh, it's not necessary, Alex. Hey, you're in a hurry. Besides, we're going to see each other for lunch
All
tomorrow.
right, just as you say. Goodbye, folks.
Bye.
And thanks a lot.
Goodbye.
So if your cousin Simon didn't always have to make an entrance, so then he would be here.
All right, so he'll go to lunch with you tomorrow.
Now he's here.
All
All right, now leave the pictures. Leave the pictures. Let him at least see Alex with his arms around me.
Mrs. Goldberg, how could you?
What's the matter?
Before making such a statement, really, Mrs. Goldberg. How can I speak? I'm speechless. And all the way from Bensonhurst, no less. First, I had to take an 8th Avenue to the Lexington Avenue. From the Lexington Avenue to a BMT. From the BMT, I had to take a bus. And when I first got off the bus, I first had to walk 6 blocks. So on the strength of what you told me, my sister took out her marriage license. So I met your big real estate man. He's a real estate man like I'm a real estate man. He's a rent collector.
Rent collector?
Yeah, a rent collector.
You sure you spoke to Mr. Holtzman?
I'm sure. And the next time you go to the mountains, don't believe everything you hear. And furthermore, your legal luminous light is only a freshman in law school.
Holtzman is a rent collector.
Rent collector?
A rent collector.
And a luminous is a legal freshman.
Every nobody that sits on the porch makes himself a samba.
Why do people have to brag so? Why do they have to brag so?
Ma, I love him just the same. I hope it won't make any difference to you.
What?
Do you know what the superintendent said?
What is that?
Are you sure it won't make any difference to you?
Let me hear a syllable already. Let me hear a voice.
He's pretty, though, isn't he?
He's beautiful.
So what's already with Pinky, what?
Mr. Pinky said he was... Oh, but Ma, you won't give him away.
What's the excitement? Let me hear a voice.
Pinky is just a mongrel. He's not a pedigree dog. He's just a plain, ordinary dog.
Just a plain, ordinary dog.
Hey, Pinky, too?
Even Pinky. Don't say it, Ma. Don't even let your mind think it. Don't let it even whisper it. So how much money did we give Reichman?
Why did he make a telephone call as soon as he mentioned Simon's name?
He asked me for lunch, but he didn't say where I should meet him.
Is it possible Reichman, too?
Pincus Pines. Pincus Pines. The only place you could pick out. Pincus Pines. Why do people do such things? Why do they do such things?
Maybe because for 2 weeks everybody wants to be what they hoped they was, and they're not. I don't know. To me it's very sad, Rick. Very sad.
To me it's sad. To me it's sad. My hopes, my dreams, shattered. I could take a glass and you break it into splinters. Call Cousin Simon. If he didn't leave, tell him not to, but don't tell him why. That's all your Cousin Simon would have to have on me. And take that address book and tear it up. I don't want to ever hear the name Pincus Pines again, or any name connected with it, including Reichman.
How can people carry around 2 faces? Hey, everybody was a millionaire. Everybody.
Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, we delightful. Yeah, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. David, it's for you. You're Sally.
Phone Sally? Hello, Sally? Papa? Oh, fine. You? Huh? Why are you so excited? Well, what do you mean? Is it wrong for a father to recommend his own son? Well, somebody asked me for a good doctor. I mentioned your name. Huh? Well, by me, you're a specialist. But to be called a professor is an insult. Don't cook yourself in such a small pot. Yes. By me, you're a specialist in every department. Yes. Heart and lung and liver and stomach. But listen, Sally, dear. Well, everybody was talking on the porch, so I should be quiet about such a son like you. Well, if you're mad, then you'll have to get glad. Goodbye. A father can exaggerate a little bit about his son. Not such a calamity.
Sally got already patients from Pincus Pines.
Sure, Mrs. Block came in with her heart, and Mr. Ellenbogen with his lungs, and Mr. Summit with his stomach.
You too, David.
So, from a general practitioner, you had to also make your Sally the doctor a professor?
How far's my Sally from a professor?
As far as Mr. Holtzman is from a real estate operator, yes. And as far as Mrs. Luckman's son is from a lawyer. And as far as Alex Reichman is from a great...
And if you told everybody you're a manufacturer?
Yeah? And so far, how far am I from being a manufacturer?
Oh, very far. Very far. Further than my Sally the doctor is from a professor.
Oh, David, please.
So please, don't make me mad. And if you want to know, I never liked Mr. Reichman.
No?
No.
So why didn't you say so?
I should say.
Yeah.
I should... Who am I? Who am I? I'm only the old soul in this house. I should say. Would you listen? Would you listen?
Is that Simon? Tell him I left.
All right, Jake.
Tell him I went to bed.
Jake.
Tell him anything you want to tell him.
Jake,
But
please.
spare me this additional humiliation. I've had enough.
I should say. Would you listen?
All right, Jake. Please, a minute, please.
Hello, Molly.
Simon, why so late?
I'm sorry, Molly, but a man in my position, can he call his life his own, I ask you?
Come
With
sit
Jake?
down.
Where's the big, distinguished guest? Not here?
Let me take your hat.
I thought I was late.
You're later than we expected you.
Isn't Jake home?
David takes Simon's hat.
What?
Oh,
What are these pictures
nothing,
in
only
here?
snaps.
Wait, let me see.
Nobody you know.
What was Alex Reitman doing in the Catskills?
Oh, you know him?
Do I know him?
Yes, so what do you know, Simon?
What everybody knows.
Yeah, and what is that?
There is a man,
Yeah.
a silver tongue.
Yeah, I know. He promised to make Jake a vertical businessman with expansions, he promised.
If I had his genius.
He's a genius.
When it comes to creating confidence, you can't beat him. There is a man, if he just takes a fancy to you, that's all he has to do, take a fancy to you.
Just take offense.
It's...
Excuse me, Simon. I fancy to take the Jake. Hello? Oh, yeah. Just a minute. Jay.
Who is it?
It's Mr. Reitman.
Tell him to hang!
Reitman?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to him, please.
Jay.
Hello, Reitman? Simon. J.B. Hey, yes, fine.
I said hang.
I'd like to thank you personally for what you're going to do for my dear cousin. He is indeed a very fortunate man to have met you. Just a minute, huh?
You know him?
One of the most respected pajama men. You're a made man, Jake.
Yes, Alec? My friend? Yeah? Yes, Mr. Reitman. Yes. Sure. Yeah. Tuesday. At the Ritz. Yeah. Goodbye, Alec. You see, Molly? You gotta be a student of human nature.
What then? Simon, of all the people at the hotel, Jake was the only one that knew how to separate the wheat from the chaff.
You interested in a really two-fisted cup of coffee? Well, why don't you give this brand a whirl? New Instant Sanka Coffee. Here's an instant coffee fit for the man in the house. Hearty, robust, really flavorsome 100% pure coffee. And you can drink it as strong as you like. Drink 5, 10 cups a day, as many as you like, at any time you like, and still stay steady as a rock all through the day. 'Cause Instant Sanka, you'll recall, is 97% caffeine-free, so it can't get on your nerves. It can't disturb your sleep either. Instant Sanka is the hearty coffee you can drink as strong as you like. That's for sure. That's strictly on the level. You're gonna like Instant Sanka.
I don't know, exaggerations. I don't know. I'll have to look in Mr. Webster's book to see what exaggerations mean. What are exaggerations? Should I say they're lies? Then you have to ask yourself, what is a lie? A lie is also the truth, a little exaggerated. I don't know. Some people have a talent for exaggerations. Me, I don't know. I got a talent in the opposite direction. I mean it. I mean it. But when I tell you about Sanka, I don't say enough. I don't say enough. Just to say that Sanka is a delicious cup of coffee with a beautiful flavor, and that 97% of the Sanka is left out, and because 97% of the Sanka is left out, you can drink as much as you like and sleep. That's not saying enough. Not at all, because I know from experience what Sanka can do for nervousness, what Sanka can do for irritability, what Sanka coffee can do for restlessness. And what do you mean? And shouldn't I mean, just for instance, say to you that Sanka is the only coffee that you should drink? Or did I ever say that to you? not at all. The only thing I ever said to you was switch to Sanker and find out for yourself what Sanker is and what kind of a coffee is. And also that when you make instant Sanker 1, 2, 3 with a little water, even from the spigot, 1, 2, 3, you have wonderful Sanker coffee. But I never said, all I say is buy it and try it and see for yourself what Sanker can do in period.